Èmi mọ ohun ojú mi ti rí, mo mọ ohun etí mi ti gbọ́, mo mọ ohun ojú mi ti rí, mo mọ ohun etí mi ti gbọ́. Lọ́gán tó gbọ́ ìró ayọ̀ rẹ o olùgbàlà, ayé mi létò. Lọ́gán tó gbọ́ ìró ayọ̀ rẹ o olùgbàlà, ayé mi létò. Mo mọ ohun ayé má ti wí, mo mọ ohun èèyàn má ti sọ. Wọ́n ti pè wá ní agan rí, bóyá wọ́n ti pè ọ́ lólóṣìírí. Ṣùgbọ́n lọ́gán tó dé olùgbàlà, láyé mi létò. Ṣùgbọ́n lọ́gán tó dé yìí olùgbàlà, ayé ẹ létò.
All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I believe a lot of you guys are actually coming on right now. As you're coming in, I want you guys to go ahead and just share this on your wall right now by the grace of God. Let's get more people connected.
Lọ́gán tí ó dé, orúkọ tí kì í ṣe tìyàtà ti pè ọ́. Lọ́gán tí ó dé, àní lọ́gán tí ó dé olùgbàlà, ayé ẹ létò.
I can spot a lot of my good people coming on the line at this point in time. Thank you very much for coming on the show. Let's get to the bottom of today's program by the grace of God. The topic before us is deep.
Láyé ẹ létò. Kò sórúkọ táyé ò lè pè ní, wọ́n máa pè ní lágàn lọ́nà gbogbo. Bó o bá lówó lọ́wọ́ àgàn ni, bó o bá bímọ ó àgàn ni, bó o bá tẹ́gbẹ́ kó dàgbà àgàn ló jẹ́. Ṣùgbọ́n lọ́gán tí ó dé, sọ pé lọ́gán tí ó dé, àní lọ́gán tí ó dé lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀, lọ́gán tí ó dé. Lọ́gán tí ó dé olùgbàlà, láyé ẹ létò. Lọ́gán tí ó dé olùgbàlà, láyé ẹ létò. Instantly ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Bó ṣe ń dé báyìí, wọ́n dẹ̀ yí orúkọ padà. Lọ́gán tí ó dé, lọ́gán tí ó dé. Ẹni tá a pè lágàn ẹ máa sọ wípé lọ́gán tí ó dé. Àwọn tá ti forúkọ aburú pè nílẹ̀ wọ̀nyí, lọ́gán tí ó dé.
This is the music of Tokwe Alabi by the grace of God. All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining me on the show. At this time, we are going to be looking directly into something very important, this afternoon. And I want everybody to be very attentive. And if you have any kind of question for me, feel free to stop me or probably send your question to us online by the grace of God. Now, I've been doing this for a long time, and I've seen a lot. I've seen so many things. I'm talking about so many things. I'm not joking about it. Today has been a kind of a very, very busy day for me. We're trying to get to fix the internet in the studio because we're scheduled to do a program today before how you can win a house of 120 million naira in Lekki Phase 1 in Lagos. But it has been postponed till tomorrow by the grace of God. So we're going to be bringing the show to you back tomorrow. So throughout the day, I've been running all around trying to get the internet fixed and stuff. But thank God, I think I'm actually doing well. I'm just trying to actually do a test run right now. But I feel like, okay, let me bring this topic to you guys, and let's deal with it. Somebody sent me a message earlier today that the wife, they'll be married. They'll be married. You see, I always talk about marriage being very complicated. Many people don't believe it. They always want to use faith. Faith. And there's nothing wrong in using faith. There's nothing wrong in saying it's good when it's not good. There's nothing wrong with you saying I'm rich when you're poor. There's nothing wrong in you saying I'm ill when you're sick. All right? It's good. It's good to use faith. All right? But as you're using faith, always know that the reality is there also. And then you have to make sure that you deal with situations. Even when you're having faith without work is dead. So you need to walk along the line of your faith. When you have faith, walk on the faith, walk with the faith. A faith you refuse to walk will not work for you. So if you have the faith and you are keeping the faith on the side, Ambassador Nironi, God bless you. Thank you for coming. And you're keeping the faith on the side and you're not using the faith or not working on the faith is not going to work for you. No matter how you say it's all right, it's all right. And if you're not working something out to make things all right, you're still going to end up in the same spot. You're going to continue to struggle financially. You're going to end up struggling maritally. You're going to end up struggling health-wise. In all things, you will struggle because you're not doing anything about your situation. You are only speaking by faith. And speaking by faith alone is not enough. Actually, before I go further, I want to quickly just let you guys know something. I am tired of Nigerians. A lot of Nigerian pastors don't know the Bible. They don't read it. They don't read the Bible. They just listen to other people teach. And because they don't read it, it has been a problem that they've been teaching people nonsense. They've been teaching people nonsense. And Nigerians, a lot of Nigerians too don't read the Bible at all. They don't read the Bible at all. Okay? They have abandoned the Bible. They left the Bible on the side. The Bible is just there, just as a decoration. They're not reading it. So they go to church and listen to whatever mambo jumbo the pastor is going to say, and then they listen to it and absorb it, and then they go home. And then they carry that same message everywhere, and they teach it to people that they see, either their children or their relatives and all kinds of stuff. And those also believe the same thing without reading. Thank God, when I got into America from Nigeria, I didn't just limit my movement around Nigerians. Actually, for over 8 years, I didn't get to see Nigerians. All right, I was around the white people, so that got me thinking. And then every time I see them do something, I was like, Nigerians, we don't do this. So that got me to go back to the Bible, to go and start reading the Bible correctly. And then I decided not to read the King James Version anymore. I started reading the Message Bible and the New Living Translation Bible. Then I started getting understanding. All right? So many of us, we come over and we say, oh, God hate divorce, God hate divorce. All right? Oh, that's what the Bible says. Okay, how many times have you taken your time to go back to that same scripture, God hate divorce, and then go and read it through? Why did God say, I hate divorce? Or what is the definition of the divorce God is saying there? All right? We all need to go into it and look at it. Okay, let's check it out. Is it true that God hates divorce? Why did he say, I hate divorce? Why did he say that? We all need to understand it. We all need to go into it and be able to understand why he said that. All right? So before you start carrying all this kind of preaching all around the place and messing up things. Now, people don't want to get married to divorcees because they believe their pastor has said, oh, if you want to go to heaven, you are not supposed to marry a divorcee. Where do you get that from the Bible? Marriage is not one of those requirements to making heaven. All right? I don't know where you're getting that from. All right? I don't understand where that one is from in the Bible. I don't know who is teaching you those kind of stuff, and you're absorbing those things. It is time for us to start reading. I think it's time for you to just listen and then go back and do research. All right? Go back and do research. Go back and do research. People just don't understand what they're teaching. They're just teaching nonsense. They're teaching nonsense. And I'm getting tired of it because it's making my own job very difficult. Because every time I tell people this, then they start saying, my pastor said this, my pastor said this. I'm like, hey, your pastor is crazy. Something's wrong with your pastor. Your pastor needs to go back to primary school and go and learn how to read English and interpret English. All right? So when we're talking about the issue of divorce, I'm telling you, my book is almost out. The e-version is out right now. If anybody wants to get the e-version of my book, Divorce is Biblical, you can go on Amazon right now and go and download your own copy right this moment as I'm talking right now. You see, they don't just read. They're just teaching you nonsense. All right? Teaching you jargons. It's time for you to go back and read and study the Bible. Study the Word of God real well before you come and start saying nonsense. All right? We have rendered the divorcees useless in church. Oh, God doesn't like them. God doesn't want them. Oh, they're useless. If you're a divorcee, you are not useful to God. I don't know where you're getting that kind of stuff from. I don't know who is teaching you that. What part of the Bible are you reading to get all of that stuff? I'm not sure what. I don't understand who is this person putting the hungry face on my stuff. You will be hungry throughout your lifetime. You're going to continue to be hungry throughout your lifetime in Jesus' name. I'm just telling you that if you don't stop putting that angry face there, you're going to continue to be angry. You will be angry over your wife. You'll be angry over your children. Your children won't give you peace. No happiness will come for you. You will always be angry all through your life. I'm just telling you. All right. So the issue is that we need to go back and read and study the Bible and stop following stupid pastors that are teaching you nonsense. It's time for you to change that around and do the right thing. All right. Now, the issue with this whole stuff is this. Let me come back to the topic of today quickly. No, don't worry. Don't let them stop it. I've already caused them already. They are going to be afraid. That's how they will be angry all their life. Anger will be all over their life. They will be angry over everything God will do for them. God will do for them. They will be angry over everything about their lives. Anger will just be the order of the day for their lives. Their destiny will be called anger. Anger will be written all over them. All over them, they will be angry all through. Understand? Anybody that is angry with the truth, anyone that is angry with the truth that I'm telling them right now will be angry all their lives. All their lives. When God will give them children, they will be angry. When God will buy them a car, they will be angry. Anything that God gives to them will follow with anger. Anyone that is angry with this, anyone that is angry with the truth will always be angry all their lives. All right, let me come straight to the topic of today. You know what I'm saying? I hate people, man. I hate people who does that. You're angry with the truth. What is the problem with you? If you have a question to ask the question. Just ask a question instead of getting angry. All right. Now, what am I saying? What am I saying is this. Say, Master, forgive. I'm forgiving. I'm forgiving. For real. But I just don't like people who are like that. You get angry for no reason at all. When we're talking about the truth, you're supposed to just listen to the truth, let the truth mix with your system. If you don't understand it, come behind the scene, come and ask questions. As in, like, I don't understand though. I don't understand this stuff. Oh, can you please teach me about this stuff? And then, then we break it down. We teach you whatever it is, for you to get it. For whatever it is that you need to know, instead of just being angry with the truth. That's not right. That's somebody that has no brain. He's a brainless person. He's a brainless person. Brainless people who don't understand things. All right, quickly, let's go back to the story for today. This guy, sent me a message that the wife, he has been studying the wife. He's got the kind of equipment to study the wife and look at the wife and say, whoa, this woman is chatting, making phone call to the ex-boyfriend. I always say relationship is actually not easy. It's a very, very difficult thing. It's for matured people, not for babies. Not for babies. You know what I'm saying? When we are talking about marriage, it's not for kids. It's for matured people who are ready to move on in life, are ready to leave whatever it is behind them, and then move to the front. All right. Uh, the moment you connect with a new person, the old man must go. The old woman must go. You must focus your attention on the new person that you're getting married to. You can't be married to somebody without agreement between the two of you. You must actually love that person. You must be willing to stay with that person, come rain, come shine. That's why people were, people made it up. It's not the Bible, for better, for worse. People made it up that even in the time of sorrow, you're supposed to still be in love with the person. In the time of need, you're supposed to still be in love with the person. With the person and all that kind of stuff, and all that. So they form it, or they made it, or they cook it up that, okay, let's tell people this, that the moment you get married is for better, for worse. It's not Bible. That's not the language of the Bible at all. It's just people made it up. All right, which is good. That, okay, by the time you stay together, you're supposed to stay together, come rain, come shine, in sickness, in good health, in money, in lack, and all kinds of stuff as you work together, but not in abuse. You see, when you're actually inside abusive relationship, you gotta go. You gotta go. You don't want to stay there and die. You don't want to stay in the relationship and die. So people made it up like that. So relationship is actually for matured people who are ready to actually be responsible, who are ready to carry their partners along in the journey of their lives. Marriage is for those ones, not for those ones that are still looking all around the place, who are not yet settled. Am I supposed to be with one man? Am I supposed to be with one woman? And all kinds of stuff like that. So now they're married. So when you are married, you have to let go every boyfriend, every ex girlfriend, every ex lover, or whatsoever. All of them must to go. So you have to concentrate on who you are with right now. That is why you have to be together with someone that you love. Now, see, a lot of people get married because they want to get married. They just want to get married because of wedding day. Let people come and celebrate with me. It's not because they are actually connected to the person they are with. Just imagine you marrying someone that you are not physically connected with, or somebody that you are sexually connected with. All right, when you're not sexually connected with somebody, let me tell you something. You're going to cheat. You are going to eventually cheat. You may say, okay, I want to get married. You may say, oh yeah, I'm actually ready for marriage right now. Good. Everybody wants to be married, but you have to wait until you find someone that you're connected to. Wait until you find somebody that you're actually connected to. You must have to be connected spiritually, physically, emotionally, psychologically, sexually. You must be connected. You must be connected in every level so that your marriage can be able to last. You see, when you see the person, that person is supposed to give you a kind of a sexual urge. All right, you're looking at the person and you're feeling like, yeah, this is the kind of girl I want. You're looking at the person, you feel like, yeah, I'm comfortable to refer to or to introduce this person as my lover. All right, it's not somebody that you're going to be hiding. When they ask you, is this your husband? You say, oh no, I don't even know him. Or is this your wife? Oh no, my wife's sister. Okay, so that means you are not proud of that person. You have to be proud of that person. You have to be sexually connected to that person. You must to be emotionally connected to that person. You must be, spiritually connected to that person. Okay, that person must be the woman, the person that you're actually dreaming to have in your life. That's the person you're dreaming to have in your life. It's not somebody that's actually not up to your standard. It's not somebody you want to manage. So when you find someone you want to manage, I want to prove it to you that as the relationship is going on, you are going to eventually cheat in that relationship. You will cheat. All right. So that's why you have to wait until you find someone that meets your need, or somebody that actually fits your requirement, somebody that is actually into that description of the kind of a woman you're looking for. That you are looking for. All right. If you are not ready to cheat, all right. So if you're not ready to cheat, you have to wait. Find somebody. Now, I'm counseling a guy right now who is actually into a very good woman, but the physical appearance must be on point. I said, can you tell me a little bit about the physical appearance? And, well, she must have a big breast. And the behind must be nice and beautiful, well packed. I said, fantastic. He said the tummy must be flat. And the legs must be straight and cool. And then she must be black, not yellow purple. So that's the kind of girl that would do it for that guy. If you bring another kind of girl to that guy, he's not going to do it. To some other person, they believe that, okay, a woman with a very small breast is good for them. They don't have the energy of lifting a big breast. So if the breast is too big, I don't have that energy. I have to use two hands to be lifting it up. I don't. I want one hand, carry it with one hand and put it in my mouth. I don't want the big one. No. The big one is not even good, because it's only good when it's inside the bra anyway. Some people told me that. They made me to understand that big breast is only good when it's inside the bra. By the time you take it off the bra, it's not good. That's what they believe. All right. They believe, oh yeah, I like a woman with a very big behind. I said, why? He said, because when you sleep on the bed, the behind will lift up, you lift up the woman, and then you will not need to put pillow underneath. People put pillow underneath their wife when they want to have sexual relationship, because the bottom of their wife is flat. And then at the end of the day, it's not going to be able to bring out the whole stuff up for you to be able to actually stay on it and get a very nice, a position to actually hit it the way you want to do it. So, but with a woman with a big behind will give you that option that you will not need to get a pillow. That you just go ahead, straight right into action. The moment you open the leg, the stuff is right there, open onto you. Get ready to go. But with some women that have flat bottom, you have to put 3 or 4 pillows underneath them to be able to lift them up. So if that is the kind of a person like that, you will not succeed in that relationship, because eventually you're going to cheat. because you're going to look for somebody with a big behind. All right, that's what I'm saying. All right, some people believe that the woman must have very thick lips, want to be able to kiss like about 2-3 hours and all kinds of stuff. I want to be able to kiss for 3-4-5 hours just like that. If they don't have a thick lips, he's not doing it. All right, another man told me, he said, Pastor, I like a woman that can actually give me head. I said, what do you mean? He said, blowjob. All right, if a woman is not that kind of person that is actually over spiritual person that is always talking about moving bad right, if that person is always doing spirit, will not do it for that guy is going to cheat. I want to tell you that this is not about me seeing revelation here. I'm just telling you because this is the nature of a man, a nature of a woman. If you find a woman like that who is not into what you're looking for, you will eventually cheat. All right? And likewise, a woman too. Some women, they love a man with money. Oh, his pocket must be full of money. So if you find a man who is handsome, with six-pack, without money, eventually you're going to cheat. Because you're going to look for somebody who is actually with money in the pocket and then be able to meet your need and stuff like that. So cheating will be part of it. Some women, they believe that the man must have a big banana. Okay, if the man is not having a big banana, that is, he's talking about 7 inches and a half, 9 inches, 12 inches long. If that man is not having such, and the man is having anything less than 7 inches, that's not the kind of a man that the woman is looking for. All right, with that kind of a man who is actually between 3 inches and 7 inches, the woman is going to cheat because she's going to go and look for a man with a Titanic banana, and she's going to cheat. They're going to cheat for real. They will. I don't know, probably you guys have seen yourself, you are standing next to your wife, and then at the end of the day, you're looking at another woman somewhere, and you're concentrating, but you are sitting next to your wife, and something didn't tell you, hey, stop it. You get carried away, looking at that other woman. Automatically, that other woman is kind of like really the kind of woman that would do it for you. And your wife is no longer in that category, or probably you just married your wife just to marry her for marrying's sake. She's not the type for you. All right? Or maybe you are a woman and you're looking at another man. And you're looking at another man somewhere thinking like, oh my God, this is the kind of a guy I'm looking for. That is what I'm saying here, that we all must actually take care of business. Don't just run into marriage. Always wait to get connected to the person that you are actually connected with. Physically, be connected. Sexually, be connected. Don't just marry anybody. Is it nowadays men always love short women? Men go for short women. All right, women like about 5'1", 5'2", 5'3", 5'4". That's what they go for. Now, and I've been asking questions all around. I say, why? In those days, people always want the tall ones. They want tall women that are tall because they want their kids to be tall. But here in America right now, it's kind of like really dangerous right now, because if 2 tall people should marry themselves, their children are going to become Goliath. For real, I'm not saying this. I'm only saying this. I'm just saying this right now, man. I'm not saying this right now. I'm being truthful here. You see, so when the tall ones, when they get married together, their children, they're going to turn to be Goliath. You just begin to see a 14-year-old kid, almost about 6'4". A 14-year-old, you've been looking at him all the way up there. I say, well, how old are you? Say, I'm 14. And you're 14 and you're this tall? What is wrong with you? What are you eating? Is your mommy giving you fertilizer or something? And that's the reason right now that the tall guys are looking for the short girls. So when they see the short girls, they believe that when I get married to the short girl, then my children are going to be on the right height level. All right? I'm not sure about that. I'm just making it up. Okay, I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking about it in my head. I'm just thinking about it in my head, man. I'm just thinking about it in my head anyway. So I'm not sure why, they're going for the short girls now. All right. So if you are not a short girl, you're not going to be a candidate of those guys. To some people, they like the tall ones. To some people, they like the short ones. Okay, probably because they want to carry them up and spin them around and throw them on the bed and do some nasty stuff. Because with a tall girl, you may not be able to do that. And with a short girl, you may be able to do that. And just spin them around and throw them anywhere you want to throw them to. Or I'm just making it up. I'm sorry, man. Just making it up today. All right. So these are the things that could happen. So relationship will require you to be connected in every area of life. You're talking about physical connection, that is the height, the body shape, the color of the skin, the color of the eyes and stuff. The size of the nose, how the shape of the nose, the shape of the lips, and all kinds of stuff. The shape of the breast, how big the bum is, how thin the legs are, and all kinds of stuff. We have to watch it, and then you have to be connected. You have to be. You are right, Pastor Jola. Scientific study proves it. Okay, all right. So you will see that. Then you have to be sexually connected. The person may look beautiful, may not even be. You may not even see any sexual connection between them. There are some men. There are some men that are very nasty. They don't have. They don't have choice. They go for anything that is in skirt. Anything that is in skirt with two legs. They just go for it. They just go for it. All right. You know, they just go for anything that is in skirt. So they don't care. Maybe it's yellow, it's green, it's Nigerian, it's American, it's Caribbean. Anything in skirt, they just go for it. All right. They don't have class. They don't have anything. But some people, they do have class. They just don't go for anything. They go for whoever it is that will do it for them. All right. So you have to be connected sexually also. When we're talking about you're connected sexually, it means that when you see her, either she has taken a shower or not, either she's dressed up or she's not dressed up, you will feel like actually having something with her. Your banana will actually go can. That is that, hey, come on, this is what I'm looking for. Understand? You will always be sexually connected, because if you're not sexually connected, it's going to ruin that relationship anyway. All right. You have to be spiritually connected. Okay. Okay. In spirit wise, you have to be connected in all fields. So getting married to that kind of person, you are now getting married to a right person who the two of you are on the same platform, that you guys have, there's a chemistry between the two of you. All right. He's a talkative, you are a talkative too. All right. You can talk all day without getting tired. All right. You guys can go out and have fun and laugh all day without getting tired. You guys can discuss the same thing. You love the book he's reading. You love all this book he's reading. You love all these love stories, and he's in love with love stories too. He's the kind of guy that loves yellow colors, and you love yellow color too. You the kind of person that you love to go out. You are kind of like outdoor person. He's an outdoor person too. He's always going out, and you love to go out also. And you're a kind of a risk taker. You love to take risk, and he's a risk taker also. He loves to take risk also. So the two of you are actually there to do stuff, and he's the kind of a guy who loves to sing. Music is his thing, and you love music also. There's a chemistry. There's something between the two of you that is actually promoting love and all kinds of stuff between the two of you. So at that point in time, you guys want to look at it and say, yeah, I think there is something between us here. We can start a relationship. And then they get into a relationship, you will be rest assured, with God on your side, that marriage is going to last. That marriage is going to last. Now, don't get married to somebody without you connecting. There is going to be a disconnect eventually. And this particular story, this story I'm about to tell you, I was trying to actually break it down online. One stupid guy was saying that I'm a bad counselor, because people only look at the surface, they don't look deep down. And the Yoruba people say something. They said, "Amukun amukun eru ewo uni okelenwo wo sale." Because when you talk about amukun, you are talking about somebody who is actually a lame person. Probably one of the legs is not good. One leg is shorter to the other one, and they're saying that the load you are carrying is actually tilting to the side. You're only looking above, you're not looking below. Sometimes people just look at it as a story between a man and a woman, and it's not a competition between the husband and man, because people believe that all the time people blame men, they blame men, they blame men. You're supposed to blame women too. Listen to me, you are a man, you are the head of the home. We are going to blame you because, listen, your responsibility is much more than that of a woman. You're supposed to stand as a man in the home and do the right thing. Number one, you have to pick the right person. Pick the right person for a wife and build a wife. Build a wife out of that girl. You can't just keep a girl within your home. You can't keep a girl and say, okay, this is a girl, I'm marrying a girl. You don't want to marry a girl. You want to build a wife from a girl. All right, you're supposed to be 100% of God, and then your wife's supposed to be 100% of you. That means God will pour into you as a man, and then you pour into your wife as a man, also as a husband. So before you can get to that position of a husband, you must have actually allowed God to touch your life, for God to pour into you, for you to become 100% of God. So by the time you become 100% of God, then you can now find a wife, then you can pour into that wife and create a wife out of that girl, and then she can be 100% of you. Don't forget, you are 100% of God. So whatever it is that you're pouring into your wife, you are actually pouring God into her as well. And that was why you see God never spoke to Eve one time. All throughout the journey, all throughout the journey, God never said anything to Eve. He never gave her any kind of instruction or whatsoever. He was always talking to Adam. Adam was the one that would go home and tell his wife what God just said. All right. Adam was tapping into God, and then Adam was blessing his wife from what God is saying to him. He was now pouring it into the wife. No wonder when the devil came to try Eve, Eve was able to tell the devil, said, God said to us. I was like, I couldn't recall where God called you Eve, or he called the two of you together to give you guys instruction. So automatically somebody must have instructed you that this tree is not a tree that we must eat. And that person is the only person there in the garden that could actually say that is actually Adam. So Adam was the one hearing from God and was telling his wife, thus says the Lord. So Adam happens to be the prophet of his own family. So if you are not ready to be the prophet of your family, you are not ready to be a husband. So you must be connected to God, and God must download into you. You must become 100% of God, so you can look at your girl and then you create a wife out of that girl by pouring into her 100% of you, because 100% of you is actually 100% of God also. So God created her to be your helpmate, not the helpmate for God. The wife is not a helpmate for God. The wife is not meeting the need of God. He's only meeting your need as the man. As you are meeting the need of God as a man, because God created you as a man to meet the need of God. So God said it is not good for the man to live alone. Let us make unto him a helpmate, someone that will meet his need. Also, as the man is meeting our own need, because there was a need for the man to be created, and that is to represent God in the land of the living. So we need a woman that will represent him too. So he created Eve, and then he brought Eve onto Adam. Adam named her Eve, and that was the beginning of the journey. So any man who has not been connected to God cannot find the right person, because you don't have anything to pour into that person unless God has filled you up to the brim. You must become 100% of God to be able to find a girl, and then you create a wife out of the girl. Praise God. Man, I think I'm saying something here. All right. So now, what am I saying this afternoon is that this particular young man got married to this woman. Okay. All right. You see, there are certain things that you have to first of all put on the table right from the go. All right. When you guys are friends, you have to understand that, hey, listen, I personally, this is Shola Adeoye here. All right. This is Mr. Jordan, Mr. Lion. I will not connect with my ex-girlfriend. I will not talk to my ex-girlfriends at all. I am disconnecting from them because I am in a relationship with you. And likewise, you yourself also must disconnect from everyone that is all around about you. It's going to be myself and you alone, because you're going to be my best friend and I'm going to be your best friend. When you need anything, I'm going to be the guy to do it for you. When I need anything, you're going to be the girl to do it for me. You see, ohun tí èèyàn bá ní gbà ló lówó, tálákà ló ti máa kàn. So any man that has not created a wife is part of creating a wife. That's when you give instructions. Okay, you open up yourself. This is who I am. This is how I like my things to be done. So let the woman now look inside and say, okay, this is the dream of my husband. How do I fit into this dream? How do I fit into this vision? How do I cope, with the life of this man? And these are the things that is needed for me to be done, to do. So the woman must now position herself at a spot where she can function inside of the dream of that man. Am I able to disconnect or not? Okay, if you now look at it, okay, I can disconnect because I know a lot of women, they say, I still have my boyfriend. And I ask them, why do you still have your boyfriend? They say, because my boyfriend is the one giving us financial support. My husband is not able to pay bills, so I still contact my ex-boyfriends, and then they give me support to pay for the bills of the house. Now, to come and to look at that stuff, people may think it's right. Okay, we're actually living a life, we're collecting money from our girlfriends and collecting money from the boyfriend and putting it into use so that we will not be put to shame, and we're building a house and we keep going. Let me tell you something. It's the biggest of the biggest wrong stuff to do. You don't collect from Peter to pay Paul. Okay, you cannot be collecting money from your sugar daddy and be bringing it home to come and pay bills where yourself, your children, and your husband is living. That's a very wrong thing to do. Let your husband go and find accommodation that is within his own reach. Let your husband, the two of you, join hands together. How much money are you guys making per month? How much money is he making in a month? What kind of accommodation can we afford with this amount of money? That's what you need to go and look for. Don't get a big apartment because you feel like you want to be like every other person. Don't get a big car because you feel like you want to oppress people. All right, then you're going to be collecting money from people you are not supposed to collect money from. You collect money from a sugar daddy to pay for your bill and all kinds of stuff. Let me tell you something. You will still continue to sleep with that sugar daddy all the rest of your life. Nobody's going to give you money for free. They're going to give you money, they still sleep with you. So it's no longer ex-boyfriend. It's actually a present boyfriend that you have on the side. You are cheating on your husband. You're cheating on your husband. Or you are cheating on your wife. That's what it means. That's what it means. If you have a sugar mommy somewhere, or you have another girlfriend somewhere who is giving you money to be able to pay the bills in your home, and giving you money to be able to pay your car note, and giving you money to be able to do things in your home, that's still cheating. It's not else girlfriend. It's still a present girlfriend, a present lover that you have on the side, and that is cheating. You don't want that to happen to you. You don't want that to happen to you. So when you are getting married, you're supposed to actually put everything on the table. Let the two of you see it. All right. Now, when you get married, you're supposed to be best friends. All right. Anything that will give your wife a room. If you find out your wife has got so much room to chat with other people, so much room to chat with her ex-boyfriend, so much room to chat with the sugar daddy, so much room to go and look for money from a friend, it means that you as the man, you are not doing your responsibility correctly. That's what it means. All right, I'm trying to bring this up to you guys. You know, that guy was telling me I'm not a good counselor. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You see, people, that's how people get lost because they don't look deep down into stuff. It's not just on the surface to look at things. You, as a man, if you're not doing a correct job, it means that number one, the two of you have disconnected. Okay, your wife is no longer seeing you as the best friend, is no longer seeing you as anything. And a lot of men do cause this because when the time comes for your wife to chat with you, there's a conversation that needs to come up and stuff, you are not available. All right, you don't make yourself available for conversation, you don't make yourself available for dinner, you don't make yourself available for discussion, you don't make yourself available for romance, you don't make yourself available for anything with that woman. Automatically she will find somebody. There is a disconnection between the two of you. Then she will find somebody that will fit into that shoe that will be doing it for her. And now, is it going to be our fault? Yes. And is it going to not be our fault? Of course. That means that you as a man, you have not done a good job. You have neglected your assignment or your responsibility, and you have not done it correctly. That's why the woman is looking outside for somebody else who can actually fit into that shoe. Can we say she's wrong? Of course she's wrong. I believe that people are supposed to work on their relationship. At that point in time, you're supposed to call elders. You're supposed to call for counseling. You're supposed to call the church pastor. You're supposed to call your husband and say, come on, we need to talk. I'm lacking here. I'm suffering here. I need you to talk with me. I need you to sit with me. I need you to romance me. I need you to take me out. I need you to do something with me. Let's go on vacation together. So I think you need to do that. And then for a man also, you as a man, you're supposed to understand that the woman is not a log of wood. She is a human being. Also, she needs to live. For her to be able to live, you are supposed to do your responsibility as a husband. You must be romantic. You must be available to discuss. You must be available to converse. You must be available to go on vacation. You must be available to have sex. You must be available to be at the point of every little thing for her to actually look back and say, this is my man. You know, this is my man. So these are the things that we need to understand. That people do need people. You cannot neglect your wife and be expecting her to still be there when you come back in 20 years. You cannot be pleasing other people. One thing I see about a lot of men is that, I started by saying you have to have chemistry. You must be connected. All right. A lot of people are no longer connected with their spouses. Some of the men, they chat with other people. They spend time chatting on the phone with other ladies on Facebook. They can chat all day with those girls. They can chat all night. They might actually do night vigil chatting with those girls. But they have a woman in their home where they can supposed to talk with and chat with. They don't chat with that woman. They don't even have any time to talk about anything with her. And they just leave her there on the couch or leave her on the bed in the room. And that's what they're doing. But they would chat. They would rather chat with somebody on the telephone. They would rather chat with somebody on Facebook. They chat with that person all day long. All right? And they neglect their wives at home. Now, they're expecting the wife to remain there and not chat with another person. That's the reason why you see a lot of women also will pick up their phone and then look for somebody else to chat with. And then as they're chatting, anything can happen. Sometimes you start as a kind of an innocent person. You're trying to chat with a guy just because you want to have, just because they want to have friendship. Just because they want to have friendship, not because they want to actually go deeper and then end up in anything. But let me tell you something. It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter the kind of friendship you want to start with a man. You as a married man, you're not supposed to start a relationship with a married man or a single man anyway because you are married. All right? The moment you're going towards that route, always believe it at the back of your mind. Always have it at the back of your mind. Puma Lane is going somewhere. This is going towards a direction. And this direction that this one is going into, you may not be able to get out of it. You may not be able to get out of it. This stuff is going to mess you up. You're going to enjoy the chat all through. The guy is going to send you all manners of funny stuff. The guy is going to be very funny, will crack joke every time. The guy is going to look for all the stuff that will make you laugh, videos that will make you laugh, start sending it to you early in the morning, late at night, and you'll be laughing, and your husband will be looking at you, what's making you laugh. Your wife is going to be looking at you, what's making you to laugh. The girl outside will tell you all things that are good. Contrary to what you're seeing in your home, will tell you how beautiful you are, how handsome you look, how I love your teddy bear, how I love your eyes. Your eyes is green, your eyes is brown. I love your head, I love your hand, I love the way you speak English, I love everything. She will always love everything you say. When you say something, you say, oh my God, I love it. When you say any other thing, you say, I love it. When you dress up, you take a picture of you. By the time you start taking a picture of yourself, sending it to a girl automatically is much more than friendship. You're actually seeking approval. At that point in time, you're seeking approval. All right? You're seeking approval from the girl. So you're sending your own dressing, and the girl is saying, oh my God, you look good. I like your dressing. You have a sense of, you're fashionable. You're this. She will always tell you everything that is good. Likewise, the other guy too will tell the girl everything that is good. They will never see no faults in all you do. And that is just only to mess with your brain anyway. All right? It's just to mess with your brain anyway. And then you're going to listen to all this stuff, and then you start talking about it that the girl is better than your wife. Or you're going to be saying the guy is better than your husband. Understand? And it's just for a little more time. For them to actually get into your pants, or probably for them to get into your bank account and empty your bank account and empty your money, sleep with you. And then for you now your eyes will be cleared after you've succeeded in ruining your relationship with your wife or your husband. Then your eyes will be cleared and you find out they just used you. All right? They just used you. All right? People love to listen to good stuff. That's why people tell people good stuff. All right? Anybody that will tell you the truth, you don't like to go there. You won't go there. All right? You won't go there at all. If somebody's telling you the truth, you would never go there. Only the ones that are lying to you, you love those ones because you always laugh and smile and all kinds of stuff and everything. All right? So the moment this guy got married to this girl and this girl is chatting with the ex-boyfriend and you are on the side monitoring them. All right? It's, for you to monitor a woman for at least 2 years, it means that you yourself, you're actually digging a grave for her. You're no longer interested before. You are only looking for a way to get out of that relationship. All right? So you are thinking in your head that let me just catch her red-handed. Let me just get the two of them like that. Let me have a proof. Let me have a reason to walk away. So when the pastor will ask me, why are you getting divorced? I will have a reason to get divorced. When your family are asking you, why do you want to walk away? I will show them the proof, evidence, and stuff. You see, for a person who really want to work on his marriage, a person who is looking at the wife and say, okay, you are talking to your ex-husband or your ex-boyfriend, at that right time, you're supposed to caution her and say, honey, I've been seeing you, I've been watching you talking to this guy. And this is going to cost you this home, because listen, this is not the right thing to do. Have you ever seen me talk to my ex-girlfriend? Have you ever seen me talk to anybody? I love you and you're the only one I love. I think it's time for you to actually disconnect from that. But if you're the kind of guy you refuse to talk about it, you kept quiet and you're watching but with binoculars on the side, and you're watching and recording stuff down, you're putting camera in your home and all kinds of stuff, just monitoring their conversation and all kinds of stuff, keeping records of all this stuff, and you're on the side, and you didn't say anything for 2 good years, let me tell you something. You are no longer in love with the woman. You are only looking for a way out of that relationship. All right, when I'm talking about this thing, people say, oh, Pastor, last counsel is not correct. It's not correct. But let me tell you something. I've been in this business for some time. I understand how men behave and I understand how women behave. Understand? I understand it very well. All right. If I'm in love with you, I will never let you last one day before I call you and say, hey, what you're doing, I don't like it. If I'm really in love with you, if I love you and I want to be with you, it's going to be the same moment I saw you, call that guy. I'm going to call you and say, hey, I need to call you and straighten you up. This is not something I like. I don't want you to do this. You need to disconnect from that. Understand? And then if she does it again the next day and she's doing it again and again and you're warning her and stuff like that, all right. So if you now feel like you want to actually now go ahead and just divorce her, good, because for that kind of a person who you have warned, who you have actually called to attention to something, and then she refused to listen, at that point in time, you'll find out that, okay, probably she herself is disconnected from you. Probably you are not the kind of person. Maybe you're not the kind of person that she's actually looking for. You are not connected at all. Probably she's just managing you. Maybe she felt you have money. Okay, maybe you showed you showed her a different side of you. Maybe you actually fool her that you are a very correct person. You have money in your bank account. You work for Dangote and you're making a whole lot of money. That was the picture you showed. Because we men always want to do that, because for us to be able to get a girl, we want to show them the good part of us. And sometimes when we don't have the good part, we always want to kind of like cook up a part and make up a kind of a story and then put it on the table for her to see. And that's going to be the reason why she will say, I love you, because of that she's seeing, not because she want to connect with you directly. You are not showing anything good for her to connect with, but she's looking at the story you put on the table and then she's following that story. But whereas that story is a cook-up story, is not the real thing. Now you guys are married, and that marriage is actually based on deceit. And that marriage can never last, because now she is in the picture. She's not going to be seeing the right stuff, the correct things, the authentic thing right now, the real life. And now she's no longer connected to you, because now the real life is not actually equal to what you've been painting before. So she's now looking for someone else outside, and then she found another person that she's now connecting with, and that's why she's doing what she's doing. So at that point in time, she's no longer interested in you. She's disconnected from you. If you have won her the first time, second time, the third time, and she's still doing the same thing, the best thing for you to let her understand is, honey, you know what? I don't want to kill you, and I don't want you to kill me. It's been 2 years now that I've been warning you over this issue. Do you want to leave? I think I'm ready to release you. All right, and then let her go, and let her go do whatever it is that she's pleasing to do. I really don't believe that if somebody should tell me today I'm no longer in love with you, that's not supposed to be the end of my life. If you are telling me you are not in love with me again, somebody else is going to jump into the picture and that will be crazily in love with me. But you see, if I'm painting a bad picture, a lie, if I'm painting a lie, trying to cook up a lie, making myself to look like something that I'm not, okay, I'm actually creating an impression that I'm not. At the end of the day, the person may love me for that impression I've created, and when they now come into my life, they might now find out that I'm not that guy that I'm painting. They might disconnect from me because of that. Okay, that is why relationships are supposed to be based on truth. Be yourself. Tell her I'm a Uber driver. Tell her I'm a contractor. Tell her I'm a rich man, and you must be one. Tell her I'm a doctor. You must be a doctor. Tell her I'm an engineer. You are not supposed to be an engineer and you are a mechanic somewhere that you don't have a degree. Understand that kind of stuff? So let them know. I'm educated, I'm not. All right? Let them know the truth. If they want to connect with you based on the truth, they will. If they are not, let them go. Because if you actually connect with somebody or allow someone to connect with you based on a false story, all right, the moment that story is not available anymore, that person will disconnect from you. Okay, so that's why it's very important how you lay your foundation. Your foundation must be laid successfully, perfectly, based on the truth. All right, don't lay foundation and be lying on the stuff. Many homes have been built right now on lies. So many people lied at the foundation of their relationship. All right. Oh, I have 2 master's degrees. Oh, I'm a professor. Oh, I'm a doctor. Because your name is Tinubu doesn't mean that you are related to Tinubu of Lagos, Jagaban. Because your name ends with Abiola doesn't mean that you are related with MKO Abiola that is passed. People do take advantage of that because his name is Kunle Abiola. He'll say, "Oh, are you related with the MKO Abiola?" I say, "Yeah, that's my daddy's brother." Or you not lie about the old stuff. All right, you don't lie about stuff. Abiola is from Abeokuta and you are from Oyo State. How come are you related with somebody from Abeokuta? He's from Ogun State and you are from Oyo State and you are Abiola and he's Abiola and you're saying he's your daddy's brother. How come is your daddy's brother? One thing I see about people is that people always want to connect themselves, associate themselves with successful people. And you may not be successful and you are lying to yourself. That foundation you are building will never hold that relationship together. It can never hold it together. No, it's going to crumble. That's going to crumble eventually. All right. So what am I saying this morning? This afternoon is this. Now, this guy now said, "Oh, I noticed he's been talking to his ex-boyfriend, and they have been talking, and the guy has been talking about I'm going to handle you. That my wife right now, every time I have sex with my wife right now, my wife will come back and thank me in the morning for what I've done to her and all kinds of stuff like that." The time came, the guy now said, "Can we meet in Dubai? So I can do to you what I'm doing to my wife so that you can enjoy yourself also." Number two, I want to quickly look at this. If truly the woman is still connected with you, automatically she's not enjoying the sexual relationship between you two. The sex between you and your wife is not good enough. That's why something else is shocking her outside. All right. If you're the kind of person that you're actually doing well when you talk about sexual relationship, your wife will tell that guy, say, "You see what I have in my home is actually bigger than that. I have a Titanic." Or my only my husband is the sugar of my life, man. I normally thank him too whenever we're done. All right, so that means that means your relationship, your sexual relationship is on point also. But if something is missing in the sexual relationship and you guys are not asking questions, you see, one thing I actually come to find out is that Nigerian men don't ask their wife, "Are you satisfied? Are you satisfied?" It's a kind of a question that you must ask constantly. Are you satisfied? After you've done it and you're lying down beside each other, you're holding her and she's laying and she's resting her head on your chest, and then you guys are talking. That's the moment where you're supposed to ask her, "Honey, are you okay? Are you satisfied? Are you satisfied?" And that's when the woman will tell you, "Yeah." And you African men too, women too, don't be shy to say, "No, I'm not." Don't be shy to say, "I'm not." Okay? Don't be shy to do that. All right, let your men satisfy you. And you men also, don't just do it shuke and go and sleep. Always make sure you satisfy them. Let them be satisfied. Let them come. Let them enjoy orgasm. Okay, let them come. Before you now go back and just go and lie down, somebody else is going to handle your wife and take them to cloud number 76, and that's where you're going to lose. All right, so your sexual relationship is not the best, it's not good at all. That's why your wife is looking out. If the sexual relationship between the two of you is good, the woman will not look outside. All right, will not look outside. So, when we not look at those stuff, you women also, you must have to let them know you are not satisfied. If you guys are actually truly in love. If love is missing in a relationship, love is missing in a relationship. There's nothing you can do about it. All right. I always tell people that when the man is telling you, "I'm no longer in love with you," there's nothing you can do to talk him into falling in love with you back. If a woman is telling you, "I'm done loving you," that's the end of the old stuff. You can't force a man to love you. Likewise, you can't force a woman to love you too. So the moment love is missing and you guys are not supposed to be together at that point in time, it's better for you guys to walk away and walk, you know, towards opposite directions and go and have a better life somewhere else, wherever you're going. That's not an excuse for cheating. Yes, sir. It's not an excuse for cheating. I'm not satisfied sexually. It's not an excuse for cheating. And like I said before, that woman must have been done with that relationship. So, and you as a man, you are actually hiding somewhere using telescope to watch that woman from afar off. You yourself, you are no longer in love with that woman because you are only planning for her downfall. You are only looking for faults, and you want her to enter into that your cage and then you lock her up there and then call everybody to come and look at her and say, see what I found. All right, that's exactly what you're doing. If you are using a binocular on the side to look at the woman from wherever, it means that you yourself, you are no longer interested in that woman. You're only looking for faults. You're looking for evidence to prove that I am done and she's not the kind of woman for me. All right, that woman decided to go to Dubai. You still said yes, even though you add it in the recording that she's going to Dubai to meet her boyfriend, and she said she's going to Dubai with her friend, and you still said yes. And then what happened was, like, before she got back from Dubai, you packed all your stuff and you walked out of the house. It means that was exactly what you wanted to do before. That was what you had in plan before she left. And she left the house for only one weekend. That means she left on a Thursday, she got back on a Sunday, or probably got back on a Monday. And within Thursday and Monday, you already got a new apartment. Come on. Who does that? Where do you get that from? Automatically, you must have been planning the new apartment for like a month or two. You must have been looking all around the place, searching for a new apartment somewhere. You'll be signing and getting the documents together, your W-2, your pay stub and everything. You'll be submitting it to the apartment complex. They already check your credit. They already run your background check and all kinds of stuff. Maybe they actually were looking for someone to co-sign for you. You already went to meet a man who happens to be your friend. He's the one co-signing for you. It's not on that Thursday that you got that stuff. No, you didn't get the new apartment between Thursday and Monday. You got the apartment 2 months ago. Automatically, you already have the mind to run away from that place. You only set that woman up. You set her up. That's what you did. You set her up to go. If you're a good man, you love that woman, you could have said, no, you're not going. Today is today. I'm going to open up yourself to yourself. This Dubai you're going there to meet a guy. And I know everything about you. You're a stupid woman. You don't love me anymore. And I love you so much. What are you going to do about it? That's the time you're supposed to open up. But you set the woman up, let her go to Dubai. And then you packed out from the house right after that. All right. And then now you went and stayed beside your work. It means that your work is more important to you than your family. So that's why you actually go and actually look for an apartment next to your place of work. So you abandon the house. We didn't even know probably you guys have children. All right. Probably you took the children with you, or you abandoned the children in the old house and then you walked away. And you walked away. All right. So that's the stuff. That's just the stuff right there. All right. So the issue with this whole stuff is that, listen, personally, I believe the two of you are done with this relationship. She's done. You are done. And we didn't get to hear the full gist because the story is not really it's not completed. We're supposed to know what has happened before. When did she start doing that? I really don't think she started signing messages to her ex-boyfriend the very first day you guys got married. I didn't believe it's 1 year after. I didn't believe it's 2 years after. I believe it must have started sometimes along the line when there is actually a problem in that relationship. Probably she's done. Maybe you are abusive. We don't know. Maybe you yourself you are cheating or something. We don't know. Maybe you are impotent. Maybe you are impotent. You can't even perform because it happens. So many people, they are impotent. They can't perform. And they are in the house and they're living there and the wife is there and she's only satisfying herself with the dildo, and the time came she felt like, okay, I can't take this anymore, I gotta go, or probably I need to go and look for somebody else to move in with. Understand? And then she moved out of the house and then the husband turned it around and said, oh, my wife is a cheat. But she didn't tell the story of where the story of that he is not able to have erection. He didn't talk about that. I'm not able to have sex with my wife. He didn't talk about that at all. The only thing he turned around was like, oh yeah, she's actually a crazy person. She's a cheat. She's cheating on me. She walked away from the relationship, and all kinds of stuff like that. And it was eventually when the woman now decided to open up, that she opened up to everybody in the family that this is what has been going on. I'm married to your son. All these years, your son cannot get erection. All right? So, you see what I'm saying? All right, so many things can happen. We don't know the full gist, but we're only just analyzing what we have right on the table right this moment. But I believe one thing, that there cannot be smoke without fire. Something must have happened, and that's why we're seeing the ripple effect of that has happened before. So we all need to just be patient with everything. The moment you look at things like that, it means that there's a fallout already. The woman is no longer connected. The man is no longer interested. The man is looking for the fault of the woman, is looking for proofs, and the woman is looking for a place where she can have peace and happiness. But you choosing your ex-boyfriend who is already married to go and meet in Dubai is actually a wrong thing to do. All right? A wrong thing to do. That's a wrong thing to do right there. Okay, so you don't want to do that, in any way at all. You don't want that. That's not the right thing for you to do at all. Okay, so you guys need to watch it. Always remember that in case you're done with a relationship, call the person that you are in relationship with, sit the person down, and tell the person, honey, I am done with this relationship. Just be truthful. Be truthful, and then be polite when you're doing it. All right, sit down and just look in the eyes of that person. Tell him, my dear, I am done with this relationship. There's nothing we can talk about. Stop calling pastors. Don't bring pastors in. Don't bring your family in. Don't bring your relative in. Don't bring anybody. I am done. I'm ready to move out. Okay, then let it be. All right, don't be in a house and just be looking for faults, and then you'll be pinning the woman or you'll be pinning the man, letting them shout, leaving them to live inside pain, and letting them live inside the mystery and all kinds of stuff, and then they are actually depressed, and the depression is now turning them into a kind of a bipolar. I mean, they're having bipolar disorder, and then gradually it's turned into a mental situation, and then they run crazy eventually, and then some of them may end up committing suicide. You don't want them to go in there. We don't want them to go right in there at all. We don't want them to go in there at all. We want people to just be able to live relationship without killing the other person. This person is saying, let us reverse the role and see if you will come to same conclusion. You are going to come into the same conclusion. If the man is done, tell us he's done. That's the stuff. If the man is cheating and the woman is actually looking at it, the best thing for the woman to do is to confront the man. And actually, for real, it's not because I'm siding women. They will talk. Women will always talk. They will talk when you're cheating. When they catch you cheating, they will talk. When you're talking to your girlfriend, when you're hiding in the bathroom to talk to your girlfriend, you're sending messages to your girlfriend in the bathroom and all kinds of stuff, they will talk. All right, women will always talk. It's not maybe because I'm supporting them. That's their nature. They will always talk. All right, they will talk about it. And if you are arrogant about it, that's when they say, well, I'm done too. Then they walk away. All right, so it's not about reversing the role or whatsoever it may be. There's nobody that would like to actually be under the same roof with someone that is cheating. Nobody can take that. It's just that the church or the society we find ourselves as African people make the man to actually be above the law, that if a man is cheating, they will say he's a man. And if it's a woman that is cheating, they will say, oh, he's not good. All right, if a man is cheating, they will say, oh, he's a man. You must forgive him. The wife must forgive him and stuff like that. But when it's the woman that is cheating, the man will say, I'm not forgiving her. She got to go. No, think about that. Think about that level also. Understand? You see, why I'm so hard on men is because God has given men so much power. God has given them so much power. The society has given them so much power. Then they need to be responsible. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people don't understand. The men always want to compare themselves with women. You are not supposed to. You have so much power over the women. So much power over the women. You're just a sissy man that cannot cope with the responsibility. You are Bobrisky that cannot cope with your responsibility. For you to be able to cope with your responsibility means that you know that you have the power, then you utilize the power. Then you utilize the power that God has given to you. The woman has got no power to pick a husband. If you want me to say it one more time, it is the man who has got the power to pick a woman. You picked the woman you are married to today. You are the one that went there and said, will you marry me? That is my point. You are the one that said, will you marry me? She didn't come and put a knife on your throat or put a gun in your head and say, marry me by force. No, she didn't. You are the one that went there. You are the one that went there. To marry her, to say, will you marry me? Why didn't you do your investigation correctly? Why didn't you do your investigation right? Why didn't you pray? Why didn't you pray about it? Then the Bible records the man is the head of the home. That is another level of power entirely. The head of, apart from you have the right to choose, he who finds a wife, it means that you are the one that will say, marry me. That's the power on its own. Then the Bible is now saying the man is the head of the home. So by the time you finish getting married, you as a man, you are still the head. God is expecting you to become a matured man. Stop being sissy. Stop being a sissy. Stop being Bobrisky. Stand up on your 2 feet and be able to control your home. That's what the Bible is saying. You are the head. Be man enough to look for money. Don't be expecting your wife to pay the bills. Be man enough to be able to be a provider and see if the wife will not follow you. And see if the wife will not respect you. Be man enough to stand up and say, yes, I'm going to be a provider for my home. Stop running after your wife's salary. You are going to be a sissy. You're running after your wife's salary everywhere. Running. She's a helpmate. Let her be the one to come to you and say, honey, I see your struggle. I see that you're a good man, but this is my salary. I want you to use it and pay bills with it. Let her be the one to come to you and do that. You will see how she will respect you. You'll be so much respected if you stop running after your wife's salary. You will. You will. You will see how your life is going to make sense. If you can just stand up and stop being a sissy and be a man who provides, who is a security for his family, who doesn't always fight his wife for no reason, who is not always looking for a quarrel. Be a man who is not cheating and coming on to be able to cover up himself. Be a man that is not a cheat, who is not coming on to bully his wife. Come home. Respect your wife. Come back on time from work. When you close at the office by 6, be home by 7 o'clock. Be with your wife. Go out with your wife. Carry your wife along. Okay? Share the good news with her. Share the bad news with her. Okay? Leave your telephone alone and talk to her when she's needed to be talked to. That's what makes a man. And then if anything goes wrong in the family, take the blame. Don't point to your wife. You are the head of the home. It is the supervisor that will chop the cane at the office. If anything goes down during your shift as a supervisor, you're going to be the one they go fire. Or they'll query you as a supervisor. So you are the head of the home. You should be the one to take the blame. If anything goes wrong, you don't point to your finger to your wife. You take the blame. You say, mommy, daddy, it's my fault. And then go home and take care of business. Okay? Go home, take care of business. That's what a man does. That's the way a man should act. That's the way a man should act. It's not a man that is a sissy crying all around the place. I'm not saying men shouldn't cry. We're just crying all around the place and looking for somebody to blame. All right? Put effort into things. Put effort into what you do. And you'll see how you're going to come out, and then you're going to see how you're going to make it. All right? Thank you very much, everybody, for watching this broadcast. I'm going to leave you guys alone. I don't want to be here for so long. I don't know how long it will take us to actually educate all these men that we have to talk about this whole stuff over and over again and again every day about the responsibility of a man in the home. We have to, I don't know, probably we have to cut off their head and just push something into it or whatever. I don't understand, for real. I want to understand, but I can't just understand what it is, to be able to get these men to understand the kind of power they have. They have so much power. God has given them so much power. They just have to use the power. All right, thank you very much, everybody. God bless you. I'll see you guys later tomorrow as I'm going to be bringing you guys how to win a 120 million naira worth of property in Lekki Phase 1.
Ayé mi létò lọ́dún tó pọ̀ ìró ayọ̀rẹ́ olùgbàlà ayé mi létò mo mọ ohun ayé má ti wí mo mọ ohun èèyàn má ti sọ wọ́n ti pè wá ní agbọ̀nrí bóyá wọ́n ti pè ọ́ lólóṣìírí ṣùgbọ́n lọ́dún tó dé olùgbàlà láyé mi létò. ṣùgbọ́n lọ́kọ́ tó